and we sat there, I think, for like over 4 hours, and she never did get seen.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I went in when I went in by myself. I went right in. I mean, within an hour, I had done the test and taken the kid done the CAT scan, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So I was like, she was complaining about the whole thing you said with the socialized medicine, and I'm thinking, I love this socialized medicine.
I get seen right away.
Yeah, I get seen right away. They take care of me. So
Awesome.
so yeah, she said there was a stone. And it was. She kind of lost me again because I was paying attention, but
You're watching Law and Order.
I was watching Law and Order. Yeah, she's trying to talk to me.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! We're about to find out who did she really kill her, or was it just I tell you what, dude, Law and Order, man, they got the little twists and turns in there. And
Oh, I love it.
Ice-T,
Just when you think
Ice-T
you know what's
shows up.
happening, yeah, you think you know what's happening, and boom, out of nowhere, yeah, Ice-T is throwing you for a loop, and
Yeah, you're like, hey, are you a rapper or are you a crime solver? He wrote that song Cop Killer. What is he
Yeah.
doing here?
yeah, exactly. No, but she said that it was out of my kidney, and it was gone down. I'm not sure what happens after that, but there's like some tubes and stuff, and then the next stop is like the bladder, I guess. And
Right.
she said it was not in the bladder, but it was like right before. It was like a valve or something before the bladder. I don't know, but she said it wasn't an actual valve. It was like a I don't know. I shouldn't say metaphysical, but
Metaphysical.
it's some kind of valve, but it wasn't a real valve. It was like I don't know what the hell it was, but
Well,
and she
like
said
the tip of your penis is not a real valve, but it's like a little check valve there.
kind of, yeah,
Right.
kind of. So I guess there's a penis tip that goes through in your insides there.
Right, right.
So it's stuck in there, and she said, you may pass it, or it may just go into your bladder and stay there. I'm like, oh.
Forever.
Yeah, which I was like, my big question was,
Isn't that where all your chewing gum is?
but my big question was, is it gonna hurt again? Well, is the pain done for good, or is this gonna hurt again at some point?
Right.
And she didn't really seem to know, but she gave me a bunch of medicine, a bunch of painkillers, so that was good.
Okay, all right.
So I
You say
went and
You're like
yeah.
Rush Limbaugh.
I went, yeah, she gave me. I got some oxycodone, which is the
Yeah,
good stuff.
that's what made Rush Limbaugh deaf. He was taking enough to tranquilize the elephant. That's why he says, "Snurdly, I cannot hear a thing."
And she gave me some Torol,
Uh,
which is like a weaker one that was kind of to use all the time, and then the oxycodone was for flare up, and then she gave me something for nausea. I guess it could hurt so
Oh.
much that you get nauseous.
yeah, yeah.
And then they gave me this whole bag of stuff. I got a whole bag. I got it's like a funnel with a screen in it. And I got
Yeah,
a bottle.
yeah.
Oh, it
That's
was
always
all,
fun. That's fun to
all
have.
kinds of stuff. So I got that. I went home, took a little nap. Got home, took a nap, and it was pretty good. Then that night I went home. I started hurting a little bit in my back again. I don't know if there was another stone or residuals or what, but I took an oxycodone and
The
yeah, the
pain
next
went
morning,
away.
yeah, well, I went away. I was yeah, I was yeah, it was, yeah. I called into work the next day. Apparently still high off the oxycodone, and I don't know what the hell I said, but
Hey,
they were not expecting me that day.
hey, it's me.
Well, it was weird. It's
me.
weird. No, I just got the voicemail, so that probably made it even funnier. But for some reason, I had convinced myself while I was on the oxycodone that we're supposed to be at work at I normally get at work at 7, so I convinced myself for some reason that I had to call exactly at 7 o'clock, and so I was timing this and I was dialing the phone so it would ring at 7 o'clock. It was very weird, and I'm not sure what I said when I get the voicemail, but very weird. So the next day I was fine. I went to work and that was it. So that's my kidney stone story.
Wow, you're a heck of a you're a trooper, huh? Hey, you
I
know
am a
what?
trooper.
I had
What?
kidney stones before,
Oh, I'm sure it wasn't.
and it didn't go nearly as fun as yours.
Well, you didn't have
Let me
you
tell
didn't
my
have
story.
the
I mean, I hate to be like a topper kind of.
one upper.
Well, I mean, like, yeah,
You're not gonna-
I try
you're not
to be
gonna
one of
one-up
those
me, are
guys,
you?
You know, if somebody's got a good story, yeah, if somebody's got a good story, I'll let them have it. But you seem to be seem to be going on and on about this, and
Well, you know, not a lot of stuff happens to me. So when something happens, I got to get the story out there.
you gotta let everybody know. So I was I used to live in a little town in Pennsylvania called Stewartstown, which is about freaking 40 miles from anywhere, and
Okay.
so I woke up in the middle of the night on like a Saturday.
See, it happens in the middle of the night. It always does.
Oh yeah, well, because you're laying down, and, I think it shifts and moves and whatever, whatever's going on, whatever's going on in your tank, in your tiny
Yeah.
tank there.
Yeah.
So, so I wake up, I like sit up, boom. I feels like somebody is stabbing me, and I'm like, kind of that panic, and I'm grabbing the air, and the lights on in the bathroom, and I don't see anyone, and I'm punching, and I'm like,
Oh dear.
looking and throw, and like, I touch my back, and okay, okay, okay.
There's no knife.
Yeah, no knife. No, nobody's here. It's just me. It's just me. And
Wow.
and I think to myself, oh my gosh, this hurts so bad. I can't believe it. And I had a friend who when I used to travel around, he got kidney stones while we were traveling. We used to go work at different power plants and things like that.
Mhm.
And he had this happen to him. He says felt like stabbing and in my back and this and that. And so
So you knew it was a kidney stone right away.
I had the idea that that was my first thought after
Okay.
I ruled out being stabbed in the back by somebody. I went immediately to kidney stone.
Well, that's what they call that Oxmere's razor. The
Occam's razor.
Occam's razor.
Yeah,
The most
which
obvious. Yeah. Most obvious
Mhm.
explanation.
Well, the most likely explanation is probably the truth.
Right.
That's-
Which is
yeah.
not that you were being knifed in your bed in the middle of the night.
All right, in a like a tiny town like in BFE, Pennsylvania. Right, I got broke into my house. They came upstairs.
It was the Amish breaking in to stab you.
Exactly. That's why I was grabbing in the air for a beard, so I could grab that beard and I was gonna punch it out.
Yeah.
So I mean, and the thing is that the pain it's coming and going in like waves, right?
Yeah. Well, there's the other thing. It said waves of pain, which was like mine was. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh man, I live too far from anywhere that I could get any sort of treatment.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, calling the ambulance would be.
You didn't call in a chopper, did you?
No, I called it the Metaflight.
Yeah.
Medic! I just started yelling, medic! Medic!
Have a cow looking at you.
Right. Children of the Corn are like, what? So I'm like, oh, okay, I gotta do this. I can do this. I gotta get up and put some shoes on and do this. And with the deep breathing and trying to focus, trying to take that pain and make it small, and that all that bull crap, like metaphysical.
Oh yeah, that's what I was doing when I was driving. I just kept saying, "No pain. There's no pain. There is no pain. There is no pain." But and then it worked. Yeah. But then it actually worked, and the pain went away.
Yeah.
I thought, wow, that's amazing.
Well, so I grabbed the keys, dragged myself into the car,
Mm-hmm.
and got on the road because I knew, like I said, there's just no other choice. And so I get going and get on the highway, and I mean it's coming in waves. So I was like, well, if I put the seat back further, and I'm like almost horizontal, looking out the window.
Now is this still minivan days?
Oh yeah, it's totally
Okay.
minivan days.
All right.
And I'm rolling way back. I'm leaning way back. I'm like driving with like one finger.
Are you leaning to like one side, like trying to get off that side?
Oh, I think I'm probably alternating, just kind of.
Okay. Oh,
trying to
figure out something. Yeah, because nothing seems to be working.
Yeah, no, yeah. And I'm just driving with like one like finger, just because I'm crippleized. and so I make it to the hospital, and I park and I drag my sad self into the emergency room, and I just like throw my ID on the table. I say, I got a kidney stone. I'm gonna lay on your floor. and, and,
Did they look at you funny?
oh, they were like, oh, oh,
Oh.
we have a real person in pain here. And there might have been other people there, but I'm just
Uh-huh.
like,
You
I
didn't
can't
care,
do
yeah.
this. And oh, dude, it's like, oh, it's still so painful. And and eventually they they see me, and it wasn't really that quick either. I think I'd
Mhm.
been laying on the. I think I moved actually up onto the chairs, so I didn't impede anybody else, any other
Mhm.
people coming into the ER.
Now
No progress.
you had health insurance and everything. You went to a private hospital.
Yeah. I went to a
See,
regular
that's
hospital.
the problem. What you want to do is go to where the government pays for it, and you go right in, and they take good care of you.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
that's
I've
what
heard
I
that
do.
that's the way it is.
That's what I do.
So, um, so eventually they put the IV in me and they shoot
Hmm.
me up with the drugs, and I tell you what, no, I mean that was just like easing into a warm bath.
Oh.
That feeling, I was like, ooh, you
Ooh.
basically feel it just come up. Ooh.
Ooh.
And I was like, oh
That
my god.
sounds good.
I told the doctor, I said, thank you, thank you, thank you. I
I
said,
love you.
I love you. You are a genius. You are the smartest man alive, and you are very handsome too. And so, which is, oh man, I tell you what, that was like anything to take that pain away. So eventually, he sent me home with a bunch of OxyContin as well,
Hmm.
and that screen, and said, oh, pain
Hmm.
screen, you'll be fine. And
Now here I got a question for you, Lenny, because
okay,
Paige asked me about this one. Now your screen, was it paper?
nah,
What was yours
it was
made
like
out of?
I don't know, it's a little plastic and screen.
Because mine was like a paper, and then had like this. It was like a paper funnel, and the bottom was like a probably a plastic mesh filter
Yeah, that's
type
kind of
thing.
nasty, isn't it?
Well, I never used it. But she was saying, well, how do you? If you do it, isn't it pretty much done once you use the paper? You know, it's like
Gloves.
paper. Yeah, yeah. So I don't know. I thought maybe I don't know. I didn't really. When they was giving me this thing, I didn't really. These questions didn't come to mind.
Now remember, I went to a legitimate hospital, not one of
Yeah,
those
yeah,
quack military hospitals.
yeah, yeah. All right, go ahead.
And so they gave me that, and I went home and didn't really work out for me. Like I didn't. I peed.
Now
And
you were not in pain anymore
no,
because
I wasn't in pain. Well, here's what
because of the
happened.
drugs, right?
The drugs, but the drugs made me sick, and I was sick.
Oh.
So they had to give me a one of those other things, to help you when you're sick.
No, I don't. I'm not. What, a hat or a balloon? A balloon. A lot of
Yeah,
kids get
yeah.
balloons or stickers when they get sick. That helps. They give you balloons and stickers.
Well, I mean, they give me something for my nausea,
Hmm.
and yeah, I was not familiar with the fact that the nausea medicine goes in your bum,
Oh,
and
see, they gave me nausea medicine, but it didn't go in my bum. Hmm.
mine did,
Are you,
and
are you sure it's supposed to go there?
I'm pretty sure it was
Alright.
yeah. I don't think it would have tasted very well.
Oh, goodness. Okay. So,
So anyway,
I'm not
so
gonna. I'm not
eventually-
gonna. Yeah, I'm not gonna ask. Go ahead.
I actually that happened to be I had like a week off
Mhm.
of work, and I didn't miss any days. It just happened to be my week off of work.
God, doesn't that suck?
Oh my gosh, it was the first time I'd ever had a week off of work.
Uh-huh.
It was unbelievable.
Wow.
And so a week goes by, and I tell him nothing's changed. I'm trying to take care of business, and no, it's painful, or it's not painful, but I know it's not it's not really working out
Hmm.
as planned. So it was actually all around the time that the new pope was getting that Nazi guy was getting selected.
Oh yeah.
And dude, you ever notice that guy looks exactly like the Emperor in like the Star Wars? He looks
No,
just like
I didn't. I didn't pay a whole lot of attention to the process,